welcome to Go Southern Alberta. I'm Christy Pick, and today on the show we are back at the Medicine Hat Curling Club, and we're going to learn all about adapted curling. Now, last week you may remember Leanne Evans was here and she did a curling lesson. Well, we're going to find out how to change things up a bit for people who may not be able to get down on the ice quite as easily, but they can still love and participate in this sport. So stay tuned. We're going to be talking with Tara Chisholm. She and her fiance Derek Whitson have formed this group in Medicine Hat called the Adaptive Sport Program, and they do all kinds of things around the community. This is just one of them. So stay tuned for that and so much more on Go Southern Alberta. Let's see what else is coming up.
I taught a class last year in high school and said to the kids, I want you to be able to show me what a gopher sees.
And so do you know what you're going to be doing with your family this year? Well, why not spend it here with us in Police Point Park?
Welcome back to the show. Again, as I mentioned at the top, we are back at the Medicine Hat Curling Club. Leanne was here just last week learning how to curl. Now we're talking about a different type of curling called adapted curling. But before we get there, I am joined by Tara Chisholm, and she is the founder with Derek Whitson of the Medicine Hat Adaptive Sport Program. And Tara, I want to talk about this program because you guys are doing stuff all throughout the year and amazing things for people here in Medicine Hat. So tell me about it.
So Medicine Hat Adaptive Sport and Rec was started by Derek, my fiance, and I. And it was really started because I would come back from Edmonton, where there's a wealth of adapted sports there for people to try. And when I'd come back to see my friends and family, there really wasn't as much for them to do, if anything. So that's where I started to bring sleds down from Edmonton, and then I realized I needed to move home, and I needed to start something so that all my friends and family I grew up with could have something to do.
Okay, so you mentioned sleds. Of course, that's sledge hockey is what we're talking about. Adapted sport is sports that are kind of worked around people who maybe need some different ways of doing the sport. So what sorts of things do you do within the program?
Yeah, exactly. So we do a children's program. So each week we introduce children with and without disabilities to new sports. So they're usually based on Paralympic sports, which were originally designed for people with physical disabilities. Okay. But in saying that, especially in Canada, a lot of it's called reverse integration. So people without disabilities often play because that gives us more numbers, and then you get the opportunity to have people playing together when usually they wouldn't be able to participate the opposite way around. We also do bocce, which is a Paralympic sport, and that's for teens and adults. We do an adapted exercise class, this adapted curling that we're here today with, and sledge hockey. And then in the spring, we'll usually do cycling and some other sports. And then we also do a summer program, summer camp for children and youth.
Okay, now you guys are passionate about this. Derek Whitson, of course, anybody that's been watching Channel for a while, he is a two-time Paralympian. Last time in sledge hockey, he was actually in Sochi. You were able to go and check it out. Why are you so passionate about this?
I think that everyone should be able to be active no matter their ability level, and sometimes it just takes some minor alterations for that person to be active, but they have to have certain supports and to do that. So the equipment's a big piece, adapted equipment, and it's often expensive. So that's where I come in, is I write grants all the time and look for funding in order to get those pieces of equipment for people to play the sports that they usually love.
I love that you say this is for anybody and everybody to participate. How do people get some more information and maybe get their kids involved or get involved themselves?
Yeah. We are on social media, so if you type in Medicine Hat Adaptive Sport on either Twitter or Facebook, we're there. We also have a website, www.mazr.com, so MHASR. And you can also give us a call or an email. We'd love to either have people come and participate or even volunteer too. That's another big piece of our program to get the community out.
All right, well, it is a great way to get the community out, get everybody active. After the break, Tara is actually going to tell me all about adapted curling as we're here. I think I'll try it out myself, so stay tuned for more on Go Southern Alberta. Well, welcome back. Again, we are at the Medicine Hat Curling Club today, and we're talking all about adaptive sport, in particular adapted curling. I'm joined by Tara Chisholm, who is one of the coordinators for the Medicine Hat Adaptive sport program here in the city. Tara, adapted curling, what exactly does that mean?
Adapted curling, we use a stick, so that's the adapted piece. All the rules are the same. I guess I shouldn't say that. There are no sweepers, so there's no one sweeping. With our group, we have wonderful volunteers that come and sweep for us, but if you would watch it in the Paralympic Games, they would normally not have people sweeping, and everything else is the same. The only difference really is the way that you throw the rock, because it's with a stick.
Now you have some people standing, some people sitting, and this is really for anybody with any ability, disability, or anything, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So we have individuals who come who use wheelchairs, who use walkers, but we also have people who come who, let's say their balance isn't quite what they want it to be, or maybe they had a knee surgery and they can't bend down into the hack. So this would be a great option for them. Or we just have interested individuals who just want to try something new that come out and play. So it's a really fun sport.
Are you a curler?
I wasn't really a curler until I got into adapted curling, and I sometimes now say that I can't curl the opposite way because I have learned so well with a stick now. So even with my friends outside of adapted curling, I often use the stick.
Kind of like the 5-pin, 10-pin bowling. You learn one, it's tough to go to the other. So do you know if maybe it's more difficult with the stick to be able to guide the rock, or?
That's a good question. I mean, you don't have the feel on the rock as you would with your hand, but these individuals get so used, it's just an extension of their arm. So people get really good at curling with a stick, and you'll see that our wheelchair curling team for the Paralympics have won the last 4 gold medals for Team Canada. So you get really good, and they can place the rock wherever they want to place it.
I believe it. That is what's amazing about this sport. Now, with the Adaptive Sport Program Medicine Hat, with all the different activities you guys do, they happen throughout the year, but this particular program, you're kind of running out of time for this season. So how many more sessions do you have?
We have 3 sessions left, and they're usually on Fridays. Definitely take a look at the schedule on our website if you're interested for when those are happening.
Okay.
And we invite people to come down. For your first time, it's free. We just want people to come out and try it, and if you're interested in it, then we can sign you up and get you going that way. But with any of our programs, the first time you come out, we just want you to experience it, and if it's for you, that's awesome, and if it's not your thing, that's okay too. Maybe something else can catch your attention.
All right, well, I'm going to head out on the ice here at Tara. We're going to try this thing out. We'll see if I can place the rock anywhere near the button. We'll see. No promises. Stay tuned for more here on Go Southern Alberta.
What did I say? Hurry hard! Hurry hard!
Well, that is it for our show today. Thank you so much to Tara Chisholm for telling us all about the Medicine Hat Adaptive Sport Program. As she had mentioned, if you want some more information about anything they do throughout the year, they are all over social media as well as their website. While you're on there, if you want some more information about anything we're doing here at Shaw TV, we're on Facebook, Shaw TV Medicine Hat. We're also on Twitter at Shaw TV The Hat. Hey, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on Go Southern Alberta. Something. We have rogue rocks going on. That was awesome. Good shot. I'm joined by Tara Chisholm, Chisholm? In focus.